This week, the Xbox One racing team makes its glorious track debut at the Bathurst 1000, and we caught up with the drivers who are visiting this year's EB Games Expo. Also in Sydney, Mr. Battlefield, Lars Gustavsson, who brought us up to speed about what's coming up in Battlefield 4, and we caught up with Min from Razer to learn all about the world's thinnest gaming laptop, the Razer Blade. This is Player Attack. In the news this week, a trio of updates from Blizzard. First up, the virtual goodie bag that'll be handed out at BlizzCon next month. Attendees and virtual ticket holders will receive a mystery minion for online card game Hearthstone, a portrait and matching decal for StarCraft 2, a banner for Diablo 3, and Merkalot, an exclusive pet for World of Warcraft. It doesn't matter if you can't get to the Anaheim Convention Centre on November 8 and 9 either. All of the best BlizzCon content, including live streams from the main stages, exclusive interviews and bonus footage, plus the goodie bag, is all available with the BlizzCon virtual ticket. And don't forget, Player Attack will be there too. The second Blizzard update is a little more mysterious, but no less interesting. The publisher has just registered a new trademark, Heroes of the Storm. Nobody's quite sure what this one's referring to, but fingers are crossed that it might just be a new name for former StarCraft 2 mod, Blizzard All-Stars. And all good things do come in threes. Blizzard has also officially announced that Warcraft, the film adaptation of the super successful franchise, will be in theatres starting December 18th, 2015. We still don't know who will be in the film or quite what the storyline is, but a release date's a good start, right? In other news, military author Tom Clancy has died aged 66. The man behind The Hunt for Red October inspired a series of stealth games from Ubisoft, including Rainbow Six, Splinter Cell, and Ghost Recon. Ubisoft has suggested that we haven't seen the last of the Tom Clancy brand of games either. The developer has told fans it is humbled by the opportunity to carry on part of his legacy. Tom Clancy's The Division is due out sometime in 2014. Due out a little bit sooner than that, Gran Turismo 6, which looks like being one of the last great PS3 exclusives. This week, Polyphony Digital revealed some special news for racing fans. You will be able to take your super fast cars onto one of Australia's most beloved tracks, Mount Panorama, home of the super cheap auto Bathurst 1000. Remember, Bathurst takes place this weekend, October 12 and 13, but you'll have to wait a little bit longer to get your hands on Gran Turismo 6, which isn't out until December 6. If you'd prefer to speed around in a completely different way, why not check out Audiosurf 2? The sequel to the 2008 musical Races surprised everyone when it showed up this week on Steam Early Access. In case you're unfamiliar, Audiosurf 2 has the perfect soundtrack, your own musical library transformed into a dynamic track for you to race with. And speaking of Steam, we've just been given an early look at just what makes up those Steam machines we were promised last week. The 300 prototype units sent out to lucky beta testers will come in a variety of configurations. Each one will feature a 1TB 8GB hybrid SSHD and 16GB of DDR3 1600 RAM. This is both paired with a NVIDIA graphics card, either the Titan, GTX 780, GTX 760 or GTX 660, and an Intel CPU, either an i3, an i5 4570 or an i7 4770. The box itself is pretty neat too. It's just 12 by 12 by 4 by 2.9 inches. That is pretty much 30 centimeters squared and 7 centimeters thick. More details are coming in the fullness of time. And it's not just gamers who are embracing the digital distribution platform either. Irrational Games has announced that, with Games for Windows Live closing down shortly, it will be focusing its attentions on Steam. If you've bought a PC copy of Bioshock 2 in the past, it doesn't matter how, whether it was through Games for Windows Live, a retail outlet or online, you can now redeem your code on Steam. It won't keep your save games or multiplayer character progress, but it will unlock all Bioshock 2 DLC packs, including Minerva's Den. And if you've already got the game on Steam, you don't miss out. All of the DLC is now unlocked for you as well. In quick news, a Transport Tycoon has just been launched onto the iTunes App Store and Google Play, meaning you can now plot out your own transport empire while you are on a bus or a train. It's been developed for touchscreen controls by Originate Technologies under the watchful eye of series creator Chris Sawyer, and is well worth checking out. Similar, But different, SimCity may well get an offline mode in a new update, as Max's GM Patrick Buchner explains his studio is exploring the possibility. Even though the game's server issues are now fixed, Maxis apparently wants to offer the modding community a little room to move without potentially breaking the multiplayer experience. However, your SimCities will be staying the same size for now. As Maxis explains, larger cities would just put too much stress on your computer. Also working on a big update, Rockstar Games continues to progress on Grand Theft Auto Online after a launch that was even rockier than anticipated. Stability has reportedly been restored, but missing characters, items, apartments, cars, and in-game cash is still lost for now. And finally this week, a look at a brand new Australian game that is headed to the PS4 next year. Blast & Bunnies is in development at Sydney studio No, home of Escape Vector and Spirit Hunters, and is something a little bit different. It's your task to take out hordes of evil bunnies before they take you out, and to start things off, you're equipped with a carrot rifle. I had a chance to spend a bit of time with Blast & Bunnies over the weekend, and the game is looking pretty great. It uses gyro aiming in the new DualShock 4 controller, so you wave your arms around to take out the evil bunnies. It's fast-paced, super cute, and surprisingly challenging, not to mention super fun. I had to be dragged away from the game, and now we have to wait until 2014 when Blast & Bunnies pops up properly on PS4, Vita, and 3DS. To keep up to date with the latest gaming news, head to playerattack.com. But for now, stick around. Plenty more still to come. I am with the drivers of the Xbox One racing team, which is a brand new team just announced to be racing at Bathurst this weekend. Are you guys excited?
Very, very excited. I mean, the car looks fantastic. We're with probably one of the best teams, actually not probably, we are with one of the best teams, 888. And to drive with Eki is a fantastic opportunity as well, so really looking forward to driving around the mountain again.
Now you've been here a few times before. This is your first time on Mount Panorama. Are you excited to be down here and racing?
Sure, I mean it's really exciting to see the Bathurst track, but I'm also excited to work with Andy and with the 888 guys, and to be one of the drivers in the Xbox One team is pretty cool.
Can you give us a little bit of a background about where both of you have come from? I mean, you might not be names that are particularly familiar to Australian drivers, well, Australian driving fans at this point.
Well, no, absolutely. I mean, I'm a 3 times World Touring Car Champion and won races many times in touring cars. I've raced in Surfers Paradise with Craig Lowndes. We finished second there, and obviously had some success over the years, and that's why we're here. So, yep, been a touring car driver for a long time now.
Yeah, I've been driving DTM mainly in Europe. I won the title there 2004 and 2007. Then I've been taking part in Race of Champions and managed to win this 3 times. And actually, one of my dreams in the career was to drive every single touring car championship, which is very professional. So this is one of definitely the highlights of my career, to take part here.
It's fantastic. Now you guys are here for Xbox One this weekend at Bathurst. Have you had a chance to check out the new console yet?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've had a play, and it's an awesome bit of kit. Very, very, well, a big step forward, I would say, and can't wait to actually go out and buy one myself and have one at home sometime.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I was a very big gamer. Still, I have I haven't forgotten that, and I mean, I have to say, when they bring a new console out, it's always nice to see the massive improvements in graphic and also in the general handling. So I'm pretty happy to see the progress, because when I watch the games, they're all getting way, way better than they were when I was a kid.
What sort of games did you play when you were a kid?
I was mixing it up. I could play sports, race cars. I was doing some war games and battle games, so it was a mix of everything.
Now, I mean, the life of a race car driver, I mean, I imagine that does get pretty stressful at times. I mean, there's training and practicing and running around and all sorts of stuff. Do you get time to sit down and play games these days?
Well, we do. I mean, we do some sim work, and we get a chance to obviously experience a lot of the circuits before we arrive. And my son's playing these games, and I'm always getting involved and having a go as well. And you can't but not want to play with these modern games. They're just fantastic graphics, and they're getting very real. It's scary.
Is it the sort of thing where you can actually use, modern racing games as a way of practicing for the real deal?
I think it's when, in my case, coming to Bathurst the first time, it's for sure helpful to do some practicing before. But once you know the tracks, you don't need it for the track. It's more just getting into the rhythm and knowing the marks and getting some mental rehearsal. So it's a combination of a bit of everything, but for sure the real thing is better than the game anyway, and we are lucky that we are allowed to be part of the real racing team.
What do you think your chances are this weekend?
Well, we're realistic, but we've got very ambitious goals. Anything inside the top 10 we'd be happy with. A podium would be amazing. A win would be sensational, but as I say, we're ambitious, but we're realistic. Let's see what we can do.
Switch on the television, watch the race in Bathurst, and see where we end up.
We are coming up to the busiest time in the gaming calendar, the dreaded holiday season, and there are some major new releases on the way in the next couple of months, including Call of Duty Ghosts, the brand new FPS from Activision and Infinity Ward. And thanks to Activision and Mother, we have a year's supply of Mother energy drinks to give away. That is 365 cans of caffeine, taurine and guarana, guaranteed to keep you awake for just a little while longer, no matter how late you stayed up the night before fighting against the Federation. In order to win a year's supply of Mother, all you have to do is head to playerattack.com and tell us, in 50 words or less, what game you are most looking forward to this holiday season. The competition is open to anyone in Australia and runs until the end of the month, with the winner announced on Player Attack in early November. For the full terms and conditions, see our website, and please drink responsibly.
One of the big things, we are coming out on the next generation of platforms, and with Xbox One, PlayStation 4, we finally managed to bring up the player count to 64 players at 60 frames per second. It's something people have asked us for, since the start of the next or the last generation. So that's a big step forward to us. Overall, for Battlefield as a game, I think what all people will experience is the new concept of Levolution, highly dynamic, interactive battlefields. It's all powered by Frostbite 3, and I think DICE comes from technology. It was based in demo scene, building technology, and ever since we kept on doing. With Frostbite 3, we keep on pushing it and trying to stay in the forefront on the market. So we keep on pushing destruction, together with new highly dynamic water. So it can go from flat surface to storming waves. We are introducing, as I said, the dynamic battlefield in form of interactive points. It can be from small, everything from metal detectors, shutting the power to building before you move in with IR sights on. You can shoot out fire extinguishers, you can lock doors, open doors, set off sprinkler systems. All of these little things that seem minor and sometimes almost silly to talk about in an interview. But when you're in there, in the battle, you have the rock, paper, scissors gameplay in a sandbox. You can truly feel smart about, setting up the perfect trap and taking out the enemy. And this continues up to the big epic events, like I think people are talking about a lot. Falling skyscrapers, flooding an entire city, and then drive a boat through the streets. And each and every level is supposed to have a unique feel and theme, to keep people interested. And I think for us it's important. Battlefield keeps on being played many years after, so it shouldn't get away from your gameplay. It should be part of the gameplay.
The beta just launched recently. What can you tell us about the sort of player feedback that you've been getting from that so far?
So the open beta, we had it out open since the first, I think, for exclusive crowd of premium members and so on. But now, since last night down here in Australia, 8 o'clock, I think, we opened up for the crowds. And I've been following the reports from home. It seems to hold up. We're getting lots of good feedback. And to be honest, an open beta is really there to test the back end, see that all the servers are holding up, that people are having a good experience. And hiccups are expected, so please report anything, since this is what it's for. And we love to hear what you love and what we could do better, since that's why we're here.
The door.
In the old days, people were looking for news around Battlefield all over the web. It was hard to know what was facts and what was guessing. Also, when it comes to friending and everything, it was spread all over. With Battlefield 3, we initiated the concept of battle log. It was focused on the web and later on app on your iPhone. But we could see clearly that there was skepticism in the beginning, but later on people really took it to their heart. In there you have your friends network, you have your forums, you have follow-up on the battle reports after battle to see what happened, and I can find friends there or new friends and hook up with them, see what next unlock is and everything. But for Battlefield 4, we wanted to take it further. We saw that with Battlefield 3, console players didn't really find their way to the web, which was, I mean, we had hope, but it didn't go all the way. So this time around, we integrated into all clients. You have a light version on current generation and the full implementation on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And also, I mean, we added a lot of new cool features. We now have it on tablets, so you will be able to challenge friends in specific missions. You can use your tablet while you play on console or PC to next generation console. To overview the map you're currently playing, and if you're a squad leader, you can give orders from there. You can change your loadout in real time, and a lot of these nifty things. You can even find the best player on your street or in your country, city, through new geo leaderboards, which lets you search on geography. So a lot of cool things, which I'm super excited about, since it really lets you experience your Battlefield experience wherever you go. We upped the numbers of players in squads to 5 players. We have the new field upgrade system, which allows you to pick kind of a career path, so offensive, defensive, and many more that suits your play style. And then as you play together, you start unlocking these features. But be careful, if you all get wiped, you go down a bit. So stay together and work together. And on top of this, we added commander mode. And it's really that master chef who makes all things happen at the right time. So provide orders to your team, critical intelligence, powerful war assets, and just make sure that the team is working together as a team. And if he's not or she not doing his or her job, you can do mutiny and kick them off there. And the beautiful thing is you can do it from in-game, but you can also do it on the run. You can sit in a cafe with your tablet or Android tablet or your iPad and play Commander. So it's seamless, and we truly feel that this is the next generation of Battlefield. We have so much new possibilities. It's a bigger game than ever, and you see, I get super excited just by talking about it. You know, we've done a full overhaul of the whole game, looking into feedback we got from Battlefield 3 that input latency, network issues, matchmaking, that it was a bad, or still is, a bad experience that you might end up on a server with gazillion of tickets. So now we sorted that out. If you do quick match into a server, they should be set to only official servers. Otherwise, you can lower it to ranked servers, and then you can start fiddling around with your effects. So, guarantee a good experience. We introduced a test range where you can go in and learn how to fly a transport helicopter before you go flying into battle and crash and everyone dies and hates you. So, practice your vehicles. As you unlock stuff, you can try it out there. And overall, a lot of things to make it easier for those who are new to Battlefield to ease in there, and for those who played Battlefield before to just get better at it. So on October the 31st, less than a month, we'll be coming out on the current generation and PC, and then later when the next generation comes out, we'll be out there. So it's exciting times. Can't wait. I'm flying home tonight, and Sunday night I'll be sitting there and trying the beta myself, even though I played it to Doomsday before, but I can't get enough.
What I've got over here is the new Razer Blade. It is the world's thinnest gaming laptop. And we've designed it to be super, super thin. It is thinner than a 5-cent Australian coin. I think I've got one over here. There we go. It's thinner than a 5-cent coin. And it's about 16.8 millimeters. It weighs about 1.8 kilograms. And it's super light. Now, what this has is one of the most powerful configs in here. This has got a latest Haswell quad-core CPU. It's also got a extreme class NVIDIA GTX 765M. This is going to run pretty much all the latest PC games that you can throw at it, Battlefield 3, what have you, and it runs them all beautifully on high, on ultra settings. And we've designed this just for gaming. It's got a beautiful 14-inch screen. It's got one of the fastest TN panels today. We've also got a fully anti-ghosted, fully programmable, full-size gaming keyboard that that we're known for. We make some of the best gaming keyboards in the world. It's fully backlit, and we've spent a lot of time making sure that the trackpad over here runs phenomenally well. So multi-touch gestures, what have you, it all runs out of the box. Back when we first launched the first Razer Blade, it was a conundrum of sorts. We were faced with, for that matter, thick and powerful gaming laptops, or thin, but really kind of config light type ultra low voltage CPUs and things like that. There was no single SKU or no single product that could marry both power and portability. So this is what we believe to be the world's first true gaming laptop. At Razer, we kind of like to design products that we like to use ourselves, right? We are gamers at Razer, for gamers, by gamers. We design some of the best gaming mice, keyboards, headphones in the world. And one of the things that we really wanted was a great gaming laptop. And we could not find the perfect gaming laptop out there. So we decided, what the hell, we'll just make it ourselves. It was a no-compromise product. We wanted something super powerful, super light, something we could carry around all the time, but be able to run all the latest PC games. So essentially, we like to use the products ourselves, all our products ourselves. And we make sure that it meets our own specifications, no compromises, no holds barred, and the Razer Blade is pretty much it. It's going to be launching right here in Australia on the 18th of October with our exclusive retail partners, JB Hi-Fi.
Tired of running around in circles with the same old games every year? Feel like we've hit a dead end with the medium's creativity? Well, maybe you need to look a little bit closer. From Melbourne indie developer Alexander Bruce, Antichamber lets you explore a non-Euclidean environment. I'll save you the trouble of Googling that and tell you that it means you can't trust the physical rules of geometry that you're used to. Objects appear and disappear as you look at or away from them. You might walk down a corridor only to find yourself mysteriously looping back the way you came. But as random as it might look, there are rules in place, and the puzzles are built around figuring out these rules in each area. So don't worry if you stumble into a room that you just cannot solve. The map is non-linear, so if you get stuck, you can instantly jump to another area and try your luck there. Maybe you just haven't found the right upgrade for your block gun. Every time you find a new one, a dozen puzzles will suddenly click into place. Antichamber is a bizarre fever dream of a game. The visuals are striking. The soundscape is entrancing. and the game will mess with your head, and you'll love it for doing so.
And that's about it for this edition of Player Attack. Thanks for watching. Next week, we take the show to the streets of Los Santos with our review of Grand Theft Auto 5. More EA news from EB Games Expo as we chat to Abby Heppy from Titanfall, and Jimmy the Geek explores the near future of Chicago with a look at Watch Dogs. In the meantime, you can catch us on playerattack.com. We're on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter, and if you've got something you want to say, send us an email, mailbox@playerattack.com, or just hop on our forums. Till next week, I'm Jessica Citizen, and this is Player Attack.